Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our very first open studio. For those of you who came a little bit early, you got a chance to see me working on a new painting. I have another one right here that I'm going to show tonight. I'm excited about. So one of the things that Kim and I talked about this year was to give ourselves sort of a clean sheet of paper to be able to tinker and experiment. Not that we didn't have to plan out the whole year. We could just kind of come up with a few ideas that we thought would be kind of fun, see how they go, and not commit to having to do it for the rest of our lives. So this is one of them. This is Open Studio, and thought it'd be kind of a fun way to bring you into where I work. I get a lot of people who often ask if they can watch me paint, like set up a live stream camera. So we thought we'd incorporate that a little bit. So thank you for being here on this Friday night. It's cold here. I thought the first thing that I would do is I would show off a couple little paintings that I've been working on. This is what I'm calling 50 Shades of Great. And if you are a subscriber to the Adultitis Fighter, you know I shared about this last week, I think. This new project I'm working on where I'm doing a series of 50 paintings inspired by the fact that I am turning 50 this year. And I have this beautiful studio on the edge of Lake Michigan. And one of my favorite things is to see every day a brand new piece of artwork that God puts out. The waves, the sky, the clouds, the colors, it's different every day. And so I'm like, wouldn't it be cool to create a series of paintings that are kind of like snapshots of that? So that's what I'm doing. And one of the things that I have made into a constraint is that I can only use 4 colors for each painting. They can be different 4 colors, but only 4 colors for each painting. So I thought I would show some of the ones that I've got done so far. This one is pretty fun. This one has got the silver lining thing going on with the little bird there. And then a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, we had the opportunity to see the Northern Lights here. It was really hard to see them with the naked eye, but with our phones, the fancy phone setting brought the exposure up. And so this was the view from our property there. And this is the most recent one that I finished. So one of the coolest things is on the super cold days when it's below 0, the lake looks like it's like steaming. Like there's just steam coming up, and there's these like wisps of I don't know, condensation, fog, like, because the lake, believe it or not, the lake is actually warmer than the air, which is crazy because when we go in June into the lake, it is not warm at all. But this one is an attempt to, I don't know how well this is shown up here. Hopefully it's okay. But it's an attempt to show this like coldness coming up out of the lake. It's really misty. Yeah, does that help? There we go. Yeah, so you can kind of see a little bit there, hopefully. The wispiness. I don't know. It's hard to capture. Here's another one. The up close.
It's like the silver lining.
Yep. And then here's the Northern Lights one, right here. But I think, as I said in the video when I made this, you feel just like a hack trying to copy what God's doing out there. Other people can do it much better than I can, but it's sort of my tribute. So, all right. So the main reason I wanted to have you here tonight is to show you my new painting, and it's kind of a fun one. I've been excited to share it as part of the reason why I came up with this open studio idea. Because I'm like, this one turned out really cool, and it needs a little bit more elevation. So, what is it about? Well, here's the deal. Some of you, if you've ever heard me speak at a presentation, at a conference, at a meeting, or something like that, you may have heard me tell the story about how when Kim and I first we're expecting our first child, and we were very excited about it. And we experienced what any new parent gets, which is advice, right? You get like everybody comes out of the woodwork to give you their advice of how to keep your kids safe, how to get them to eat, how to get them to sleep, how to keep your sanity, all that stuff. But the number one piece of advice that people give, in my opinion, my experience, is cherish every moment because it goes by so fast. And I would like accept it like graciously, tried to, but we hear that it's like, yeah, we know, and it's hard not to kind of smile and nod and be all like, I know the days are long, but the years are short, right? Um, so that's kind of the thing, but that's what people tell you is like cherish every moment, which again is sort of obvious. We all know it. The problem is that the world is conspiring against us. Like cherish, savor, slow down. Like no, we're not allowed to do any of that stuff. We got to keep moving and moving and moving and moving. Um, it's insane, and our to do lists are the pull to be productive is so strong. I remember when Lucy was about 3 months old. Kim and I were still in our apartment at the time. Kim was taking care of Lucy. I was on this uh, uh, glider, right? It's like our little, well, it's actually right over there, my prayer chair. But I was just sitting there and I'm on my laptop getting emails done, as focused as you can be as a dad who is sleep deprived. And I got everything done that I need to get done. And I closed my laptop and I'm like, here's my chance to be superhero. I turned to Kim. I said, Kim, I have everything I needed to get done. If you want me to watch Lucy so you can go take a shower or take a nap, or pew, she was gone. It's like the Roadrunner, right? You've seen the Roadrunner? It's like beep, beep, gone. Puff of smoke. Lucy is in my arms. Bottle appears out of nowhere. Say Acme on it. It's so weird. And I'm sitting here with my 3-month-old little girl. She finishes the bottle and she falls asleep. And it was like so fast. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I am so lucky. She's sleeping already. And I tried to like soak it in for a second, but that laptop was just sitting right there. And I'm like, oh, maybe I can put her down and I can get some more emails checked. And as I reached for the laptop, it hits me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. I'm missing out on the best stuff. Now, sometimes God gives us naps from our kids to allow us to tackle our other responsibilities. Sometimes it's a gift. But if you remember, I said I had everything I needed to get done. It was done. But the dirty little secret is that there's always another email to be checked. There's always some meeting that needs to be planned, something. There's probably a drawer in your house right now that needs to be dejunked because it's full. So there's always something pulling at us. And for whatever reason on that day, I was like, you know what? No, I have everything I needed to get done. And so I left the laptop where it was. I brought Lucy back into my arms and I just sort of sat there and I just let everything else go. And it was glorious. It was just like peace. And I was sitting there imagining, daydreaming a bit, thinking 20 or 30 or if I'm lucky 40 years from now on her wedding day, when I am walking her down the aisle or having that father-daughter dance, I realized I was never in a million years going to remember what I checked off on my to-do list that day. She's 17 now. I have no freaking clue what email was so urgent, so important that I needed to put her down to go check it. But that's what adultitis is all about. It gets us focused on the busy, urgent, noisy things while the most important things are happening under our noses every single day. And I realized at that moment, like, I do not want to be on that wedding day wishing that I had spent more time doing nothing. Because that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like when we're not being productive. It feels like we're doing nothing. And what's kind of complicates it is we are drawn. So there's a guy named Clayton Christensen, and he wrote a book called How Will You Measure Your Life? And in it, he talks about how we are unconsciously wired to choose tasks that we can accomplish. Because when we accomplish a task, no matter what it is, it gives us this little dopamine hit and it makes us feel good. And so it's just sort of natural, like human nature, to pick smaller tasks, any task really, just so we can get it done, right? And the problem is like we can cut the grass, wash the dishes, complete a lesson plan, put together a resume, clean the garage in less time than it takes to raise great kids or build an awesome marriage. Those things, especially with like kids, with you don't even know if you're doing a good job all the time. Like you pretty much think you're doing a terrible job, but you definitely don't get feedback a lot, especially when the kids are younger. It just feels like very thankless all the time. And so we sort of default to the easier wins um, because they make us feel like we're accomplishing something. Now, every once in a while, that's what you got to do. We have a thing around here called Catch Up Saturdays, where we have a list of all the home projects that we've been need to catch up on, and you just try to crank them out, right? That's how it is sometimes. The problem is when that becomes the default mode, and you're just always chasing this. It's like we're junkies, like chasing this dopamine hit of satisfaction. I mean, we could have a list of 10 things on it, and we would rather check off 9, even if the one we didn't check is the most important one, right? It still is like, oh, I got 9 out of 10 done. Great. If we had a day where we only got the 1 out of 10 done, we feel like a failure, even if that was the only thing we really needed to get done. So we are sort of stuck in this grind of needing to be productive, and it impacts our relationships. If you think about it, when you get together with a friend, or if you go on a date night, or even if you and your wife or your spouse, your husband gets a chance, you get to do something. It's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I think about, I take one of my kids out on a date night once a month, and it's always like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And here's the thing, that question becomes so like, ooh, like it's hard to not get an answer to that. And when we can't think of an answer, we get the default one. And you know what it is? It is with these little rectangles that we carry around with us. And I'm sure you've seen this too. I have seen so many people, couples, friends, dads with kids, they're together, out to eat, on a bus, on a bench, at the park, and they're both on their phones. They're scrolling, right? There are times where Kim and I are in bed, got our phones, scrolling, right? We're right next to each other. We're together, but we're not. We're not. We're miles away. We're connected to what the algorithm wants us to be connected to and to see. So this painting is inspired by a quote from a great philosopher. His name is Winnie the Pooh. This quote from Winnie, I love it so much. He says, "People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day." Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Yeah, I do nothing every day. He's got such a way with things, right? So this painting is inspired by that idea of doing nothing, because if we listen to Winnie, he says, like doing nothing, sometimes doing nothing takes more effort than doing something. We really have to try to do nothing. We really have to try to sit still. I was at a men's group last night with some guys from my church, and it got brought up about the idea, we were talking about prayer, and the deacon was there, and he was talking about meditation. and he was, kind of explaining how powerful it can be. And this other guy, who is this older guy, he's like, people talk about meditation, but like, how does it work? Like, like you say you hear God speaking, but like, what does he say? And it was very cool because Deacon Jim just kind of like walked it through, and it was very simple, and it was reminiscent of what my experience is that whenever you go to try to sit down, whether it's at a park, in nature, at church, wherever, the first 20 minutes are impossible. It's just your brain is just like all spinning and busy, and you're thinking about how the week went and all that stuff. And that's where most people give up, because they're like, well, this is a waste of time. I got to get some stuff done, right? So the doing nothing, that takes work. But if you can push past it, if you can stay sitting there just being, it's like a jar of muddy water that, you shake it up. And the more you shake it, the cloudier it gets. But the only way to get it clear again is to let it be, to let it sit. And that's how we are as well. And so sometimes, doing nothing is the very best thing. This would almost be another Winnie the Pooh quote if I could make it up. Sometimes doing nothing is the very best something we can do, right? Especially with the people we care about. And I know, like, when I would have the moments when my kids were younger and I was able to put the laptop down and I was able to just sit and just be there, and there were still times, that productivity like pull is still there. It's like I'd wonder, like, well, should I be teaching her more? Should I be engaging her more? Should I be doing something more Instagram worthy with her right now and taking a selfie of us? And the reality is like just sitting there was just kind of nice. It was like getting peace that is so hard to come by these days. And so, this painting is really about, this painting is called Doing Nothing. And what kind of symbolizes for me is the idea that sometimes having a little honey, wishing on a dandelion, and enjoying a fine day together with someone you care about might feel a lot like nothing. But sometimes nothing is the very best something we can do. Nothing is enough. So I hope you like this one. Kim, did you get a chance to put the auction live? Awesome. So yes, I'm going to pull this up a little bit closer here. I don't know if tell me if I'm getting too close, but hopefully, is that good? You can kind of see, there's just something about like the originals. People that have ever been to a Wonder Night, or if you've seen any of my work at an art fair, like any original, not just mine, any original from an artist, you see the colors and the brush strokes and all the details is just really cool to see up close. So hopefully you're getting a little vibe of that. Kim, any feedback?
Yes,
or things you need to?
Love, yep, lots of hearts. I have to tell you that the dandelions were my favorite addition at the end.
Ah, yes,
I'm not sure if they can actually hear me.
The dandelions came in at the end, yeah. And the mix too, right? I did the mix of the floofy white ones and then the yellow ones too. So yeah, that was kind of a fun addition there. Yeah. Anything else on need to address?
Leah says, I like the dandelions. Leah Rosenberg.
Thank you, Leah. Okay, so the auction is now officially open. So I wanted to share a couple fun things that we made from this. The original itself, this is 20 by 20. It comes framed. It comes with a hanging wire, makes it really easy to hang on your wall. It's really, really solid. So we'll see. We'll see if this is meant to go to someone's home. Maybe you watching right now are like, I need to have that. Did you?
Brenda says sometimes your nothing is everything to someone else.
I love that.
Repeat that.
Love that. Sometimes your nothing is everything to someone else. That's from Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. That's a great line. And true. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to have that. This is your chance. This auction is open from now for 72 hours till Monday at 7:45 Central Time. It's available. We'll see. We'll see if it finds a home. Wanted to let you know also that we do offer financing. You put 20% down, 0% financing for 6 months. So that's a way to make it a little bit more affordable. We've had a lot of people take us up on that, which I love. I love to be able to like put a little risk for me to give someone an opportunity to own an original, because it's pretty magical. We had at the last Wonder Night, we have some people who bought some of their very first originals, and man, that just feels good. Feels good for me. Feels good for them. So that's there. But we also had a couple other things that we put on the auction, which is super fun. Kim is a big fan of the metal prints. So this is a 12 by 12 inch metal print of Doing Nothing, and it's one of one. This is not going to be on our website. So this is something that we are also offering. If anyone really likes the image but just can't do an original right now, this might be the one for you.
Can you compare the size to the original? Yeah, there you
go. Yeah, looks like gives you a little vibe.
What's the actual size of the original?
The original is 20 by 20, right? And this is 12 by 12. Now, one of the other things that we have on our website is we have a gallery canvas reproduction of this in the same size. So if you're like, oh man, I can't do the original, you can get a canvas which is very close. I mean, you don't get the little texture of the brush strokes, but really good quality. That's something that we also have online. Here is the other auction item, and Kim doesn't want this one to go, but it is I think it's 50 by 60. This blanket, and I mean, yeah, they can't possibly make them any softer. I mean, how would you describe it? It feels like it's like slips right off your hand. You can't even grip the dang thing. No, we only had Afghans when I was a child. Scratchy Afghans. But yeah, this is really super cool. This is also a one-off. We won't be making another one of this as either. So those are three things that are. I'm just gonna. It's a little cold. It gets a little drafty with all these windows in here, I gotta tell you. So those are the three items that we have on the auction: the original print, the metal, or the original painting, the metal print, and then this soft blanket. But this is where I'd be like, that's not all. There's more. So those are the one-offs. But I wanted to do some other fun things for the Lemonade Stand, our online store. So of course, we have a timed release version of the mini print. We have a series of these mini prints. These are 6 by 6. These are kind of, collectible. What's kind of cool about them is they're small enough to be able to put on your desk, but you can also make it like a montage, frame a bunch up together. It's super fun. So this will be available for a couple months, and then it goes away. So you got time on this one, but they're normally $29 for tonight only. So I don't know, midnight something. Maybe I'll leave it up till tomorrow morning, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Depends if I remember. It's $20. $20 right now. Man, I sound like such a pitch man. Like, where's my ShamWow? But no, 20. Like I'm like, I want to get the art in people's hands. So $20 for this tonight. So you don't have to do it right now while the live stream's going on. But keep that in mind. What else? Oh, I can't wait to do this. So this is a puzzle. This one is 1,000 pieces. We have 1,500 and 252. I have a puzzle going right now with my youngest daughter, and I hate it. She wanted to do it, and she's left me high and dry. And it's one of those puzzles that has not enough variety. So it's like an entire sky of just blue, and then the whole thing has straw, and so it's all the same. And I'm like, but I gotta finish it. I can't not finish it. But as soon as I'm done with it, this baby is getting cranked out.
Why can't you just put it away? You can't just
I can't. It's
break a
it's
rule.
physically impossible. No.
I'll do it.
No. Oh, I will divorce. It's over. No, can't do it. But hopefully, maybe during the Super Bowl, because I'm not super thrilled about either team. But anyway, what else? Oh,
By the way, Brenda says the mini prints rock.
oh, good. Thank you. Yes, yeah. We have a lot of fun with the mini prints. Okay, here's another one. Candle. This one, you'll have to look on the store. It's like sage and I think sage and something something. It was the only one. They didn't have like a forest. I was hoping that they would have forest or honey or something, dandelion. But this was as close as I could get. Smells good. We also have an unscented version. So the puzzle, the prints, the gallery prints, like the reproduction of that. Those are going to be on the store as long as the store is around.
What's
Okay.
the smell of that?
This I don't know. It says on the website it's sage and something something.
Okay.
I think, or it might not be sage at all. I don't know. Some foo-foo florally kind of thing.
Florally.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. One more thing. Yeah. Pillow. This is a great little accent pillow. The back is green with little escape it all hood paper airplanes on it, and then I mean look at like the color on these is like pretty dang good, right?
So
Like
Bill called that this would be a good pillow like 10 minutes ago.
Bill, why would it be a good pillow? A good one?
He said it would be a good pillow cover.
Oh,
Yeah. Bill.
We are totally on the same wavelength, Bill. So yeah, so we've got a bunch of really cool goodies. However, the limited things, right? So the auction items, those end on Monday, and the mini print, you've got a couple months on that. But if you want the best deal, the $20, that's tonight. And here's the other thing. It's just fun stuff. So we do a lot of stickers, but we don't really sell them on our website. We use them for different things, special things. If you've ever been to one of our art fairs, you come visit the booth, you can pick out a sticker. We have all kinds of fun stickers. When we were doing the Wonder and Whimsy Society, they would get all kinds of new stickers. But I created a new sticker for this occasion. And surprise, surprise, it has the art on it. But you guys, it says, nothing is possible. Nothing is possible. Like, nothing is... It is possible to do nothing, to not have an agenda, to not have to have something that you check off a to-do list, to not have a mission to be accomplished, to just be is possible. So anyone who places an order of anything between now and by the time the auction closes, so it doesn't have to be an auction item, it's just any order, you get this sticker free. We won't be putting this on our website. It's just going to be for while supplies last, for people who place orders. So I should put that disclaimer, while supplies last. We have a pretty good number of them, but who knows? Maybe they'll go away. Let's see. I got a little cheat sheet here. Any other questions or comments while I'm looking at what else I'm supposed to talk about?
Pete Nineveh says, cool sticker, gonna have to tell people I'm doing the possible. Nothing.
Yeah, who knew? Who knew? It's very hard. I like that, Pete. Pete always has a great witty sense of humor. Yeah, so this is about as long as I thought it would go. So if you have any questions, go ahead, put your question in the comments. Got one, Kim?
Well, Bill says some art just needs to be squished from time to time.
True, this is true. Or smelled, as in the case of or just sometimes you just need to wrap yourself in the art. you can't do that with the original. But you can do it with the blanket. I think does Bill? I feel like Bill has a blanket from a Wonder Night. I don't know if maybe he got outbid on some of them, but I know he was up for some blankets over the years.
Linda said earlier that she has the sugar skull hot air balloon puzzle from you that she started in the pandemic and still hasn't finished.
Well, it's just chip away at it, baby steps, baby steps.
I just give people all permission to put them back in the box.
Yeah, yeah. That one is one of those tricky ones too, right? Because there's not a lot of color variation. I bet that the balloons themselves and the little speech bubbles were very fun and easy to do, but the sky is a little bit of a challenge, I bet. All right, so here's one more thing. So in this replay, if people will watch the replay, the painting part is not going to be in there. So that was just a treat for people who tuned in live. And anyone who's watching this a day later is going to miss out on the mini print deal. There's one more little extra bonus that I need your feedback on. And I want to give you the chance to tell me what my next painting should be. All right. So you saw the one I'm working on. I'm talking about the next one after that. All right. I've got like this pipeline going. But I have my sketchbook here, and I'm going to show you two sketches, and I want you to pick which one you want to see come to life. And you can just put in the comments which one. So the first option, these are both from a recent vacation that our family took to Alaska. And we went to some sort of wildlife sanctuary and saw bears. We did see some in the wild too at Denali, but they were so far away. But this one, there was one I took, and the idea that I had for this one is this showing up good here, Kim? Can you tell?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a bear, and the point of this one is you're going to bear. Oh, this is terrible. It's not meant to be a dad joke. You're barely going to see him. So I don't know what the title will be, but it's kind of like he's hiding. Or maybe he's an introvert. It's kind of like introvert bear, where he's just kind of like buried in these weeds, and you can't really see him too good. But you can see his ears sticking out, and so it's kind of hard to tell from the sketch. But he's going to be kind of camouflage.
Can you hold it really still closer?
Yes,
okay, let it a little bit closer.
A little bit closer.
Yeah.
That better?
Yeah,
okay, thank
perfect.
you.
That's the perfect spot right there.
All right. So yeah, so that's my introvert bear.
Is the wit because he's barely being seen?
The wit is just that he's yes. Like this sketch shows more of his face than I intend to show in the painting.
Okay.
You might just see maybe his eyes and little ears maybe.
Okay.
And the background is going to be Alaskan mountain range. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the second one, so we can call that bear. Okay. The second one is we went on a boat trip to see a glacier, and to see a glacier.
Okay.
Yeah. We saw a glacier, and we saw water, and we saw a tree. But one of the highlights for all of us was the little seals. Were they seals? I think they were seals,
yeah, I think so.
Not sea lions. They were seals, and there was all of this ice, and there were little icebergs everywhere, and seals just hanging out on them. They're cute. And so I was going to do a painting. How's this? If I keep this here, keep it.
Yep,
all right.
Go up a little bit.
Up a little bit.
Yep.
So the premise here is that I've got these icebergs, but these aren't going to be icebergs. They're going to be clouds. It's clouds in a sky, and there are a variety of seals nestled in these clouds on the sky. So be kind of a little peaceful, whimsical one. All right.
So it's like, what's the background going to be? Like a blue sky?
Like a blue, yeah.
Okay.
because when I saw some of the pictures, you know, the water looks like it's water, but it's blue. But I'm like, oh, this kind of reminds me like they're like clouds in the sky, you know. So it'll be kind of a little playing with like what's going on there? Is it clouds? Is it iceberg? So it's almost like kind of like it could go either way, but it'll definitely look a little bit more fluffy, like clouds. So we got seal and we got bear,
Pam
glacier.
Pam Johnson said barely there.
Barely there.
That's
Yeah.
actually a really
I
awesome
like
name.
that. I like that. Yeah.
That's
I'll have to
awesome.
keep that one down. Yeah. Um, so yes, I'm curious which one you think is more interesting. Which one you would like me to see me do next? Maybe the finished version will be a future painting
So
that I
the
show.
seal one will be a lot of blue.
Yeah.
What will be the background on the bear?
Probably green. It'll be green grasses. Maybe some. There was a lot of those. What do they call those flowers? Those like purple flowers were really pretty. I'll probably put some of those. We were there at the perfect time,
August,
I guess,
yeah.
when when like autumn, and they kind of just it's like this explosion of purple. So I'll probably do some purple and green, and then the Purple Mountain Majesties in the background.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Bill said that they got the fox blanket.
Okay. I knew there was one. I knew there was at least one. Yes. What does the fox say? That's a good one. I still like that one.
Yeah.
Do we have any? Is it pretty split, or are there any?
Reloading here.
Okay.
So just give me a second, because sometimes the comments don't come up when I'm on it.
Okay.
All right, cast your votes. Here we go. Okay, we've got. I don't know if they can hear me. Can you ask them if they can hear me?
Can you hear Kim? I know she doesn't have the microphone on her, but
So I could talk louder, or you could just relay it.
okay, I will relay it for now.
So we know. Okay, Kara says seal.
Kara says seal.
Mary Beth says bear.
Mary Beth says bear.
Michelle Clark bear.
Michelle Clark bear.
Jill says bear, brown or black? Question.
Ooh,
So
it's a good question. Undetermined.
Michelle says bear dedicated to introverts.
Bear dedicated to introverts. Yep, that's my introvert out there.
Says bear necessities, ninja bear, all things bear, because you can barely see the introverts.
Got a lot of bear puns from Pete. Okay. Great.
I can barely keep up.
Barely keep up. Yes.
Puns. I'm gonna reload again because
It's just
a second.
Okay.
Get it all moving.
I wonder if you'd be able to see it better on. If you go to Chrome.
Let's see.
There you go. That might be I don't know if that'll be any better or not.
Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, this is better. Yep.
Kim is looking at your comments right now.
Pam says, barely there, love the seal too, but would rather see their whole body like you have him on the bottom of the picture. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good and it will. So that's a good point. So I had did a little detail sketch. This is a thumbnail, so this picture will be much bigger, and you will definitely see the details of these little seals and their personalities. And that's kind of why I drew that more detailed seal on the bottom, so that you would get a vibe of like what those little guys will actually look like.
Pete says he can barely hear me.
Even if he can, he's just gonna say I can barely hear you.
So Brenda says, so you might want to like repeat some stuff I say. I'm a true introvert, but I'm curious about the seals.
Okay, Brenda says I'm a true introvert, but I'm curious about the seals.
Kristen says seal.
Kristen Haney. Hi, Kristen says seal. Okay.
Sue Gudenkoff votes for bear.
Sue Gudenkoff votes for bear.
Okay. Leah says our house is divided. 3 for seals, 2 for bears.
Ooh, 3 for seals, 2 for bears in the Rosenberg household. That's boy, it's a tough call.
Joyce Ewan says bear love, how the bear will be somewhat hidden. Oh, I see. Bear. Love how the bear will be
Joyce, hidden. Okay, so Joyce likes how the bear will be hidden. Yeah, something about that I kind of like about that too.
Jody says our home is a tie. Bear is for Jody.
Boy, the house is divided in this Super Bowl weekend. So yeah, Tom and Jody are separate.
Yeah.
Rosenbergs are divided.
Pete says, agree with Brenda. I like the peking bear, but I'm interested in what would transpire with the cloud seals.
Pete, yeah, interested in what would transpire with the cloud seals.
Then Ritter says, seal. I'm curious.
Okay.
So that one's interesting.
Is there a consensus going here? It feels pretty
I don't know,
somewhat
Jenna,
split.
can you maybe ask
Jenna
her
might
to
need to
count?
tabulate this up. This is.
Christian says, let's seal the deal.
Well, good. We got to get some more puns.
Walt says,
let's
seal the deal.
Seal the deal. We got to get more puns on the seal side. That's for sure.
Oh, Dorothy says, I'm sad I was not able to get on my laptop and I'm in and on my phone. I'm sure it's great. Okay, so she's just having some tech problems.
Okay.
I thought maybe she didn't see the art.
Sorry about that, Dorothy. That's, yeah, the technology is always.
Heather
Oh, hey, Heather. How's it going?
Bear.
Bear. Okay.
Pete says again, maybe a hungry bear looking at cloud seals. Repeat that one.
Pete says a hungry bear looking at cloud seals. Yes.
Food to go. Sorry, coffee is hitting. He says.
Yeah.
He's been drinking coffee. Pam says future sea otters.
Oh yeah.
That's
okay. So who is that? Pam. Pam wants me to do sea otters. I have done one sea otter painting with Rubik's cube, but they're cute. We actually got some pictures of otters on the trip too, so that could be could be one.
So Heather Haas says your chat tonight reminds me of the story of the tree Old Survivor in California. It survived generations by simply being useless. Check it out.
Okay.
Old Survivor.
Old Survivor, the Old Survivor tree that survived generations just by being useless. All right, in California.
Yeah.
Okay. To check that out.
Kristen says they truly are both beautiful concepts, and I'll be excited to see them both.
Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, hopefully Jenna will be able to give me a tally here because it feels pretty divided. Definitely. The bear has the pun advantage. Seal bringing in the rear.
Side of you.
Yeah, there's something about that, and and I almost wonder if there's something more. The seal thing might even become something. You take it to the next level, but we'll see. I'm not sure. Yeah. All right. Any other questions on doing nothing or anything else?
Brenda says she's happy either way. Jill says thank you for the peek. Either would be amazing. And Brenda says, can we give a little shout out to Piglet?
Yeah, how about Piglet? Let's get Piglet.
So yeah.
Let me put this down. All right, guide me here, Kim.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Right there?
Yep, right there.
Should I go closer?
You can go a little closer if you can.
To zoom in.
He's so cute.
So I got to tell you, the fun part about this, obviously, this is a real pig, and Piglet is a cartoon, and trying to figure out how this little outfit should fit on a real pig compared to a cartoon was a little bit of a challenge of figuring out where it should begin and end. The shirt for Pooh was a little bit more clear cut. But the Piglet's little outfit was a little tricky. Yeah, it turned out fun. I had a lot of fun doing these. It was very meditative to do the leaves. It's kind of a springtime, and you can see real close. I don't know if you can tell like the different colors in there. There's some blue and some ochre, similar to Pooh's fur color. Obviously, a lot of different greens and yellows and.
What did you say, ochre?
Ochre, yeah.
What is that?
That's like this color. No, it's like
gold?
Golden, yeah, golden. The goldenrod of Crayola Crayon fame, I suppose. Yeah. So. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for showing up, having some fun with me. Thank you to everyone who's watching the replay. I'm not sure when another one of these will be, but I very much appreciate you taking the time out to be with us. It's been a while since we've done something like this. And I look forward to feedback. If you have any things you'd like to see more of, if you have any questions after the fact that you're curious about, send them our way. Check out the auction. The auction goes until Monday at 7:45 p.m. Central Time, so about 72 hours. And the mini print is available, but only at the $20 price point for the rest of tonight. A lot of the other stuff is on our store now. I hope you find something that's perfect. Yes, Kim, one last thing.
Pete is wondering when the stuff will go on the lemonade stand.
It should be there right now. Hopefully, Jenna.
Which stuff?
Oh, which stuff?
Well, I mean, I'm just.
Yes, just to clarify. So there are a variety of prints: the gallery canvas, the pillow, the candle, the puzzle, and the mini print are on the lemonade stand right now.
The things on the auction are.
The things on the auction is the original, the metal print, and the super soft, awesome blanket. 50 by 60 is what it is. So it's good for a good warm day. Uh-oh. My mic fell. Okay. That means the show is over. All right. Thank you. Kim, if you want to, on Chrome there, you can turn it off when we're about ready. Thank you guys for being here. Your support, your enthusiasm, and encouragement really means a lot to me. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday and an awesome weekend ahead. Take care. God bless you guys.